Hey everyone, this is Joan here. I hope you're all having a great week so far. Today I'm really excited to share with you all my minimalist desk setup. So 4 or 5 years ago, I had a really tiny desk setup. It had a lot of clutter, had a lot of decor, had a lot of like random things on there. I mean, I thought it was cute, but it was really not the ideal desk setup. And then 2 years ago, I actually didn't even have a desk. I was actually working out of my dining room for the most part. So last year, I finally had the budget to get myself a proper desk setup, and I'm gonna share with you all the items on my desk to help me keep everything very minimal, clutter-free, and also just very functional. And my workflow has improved so much just because of my desk setup. And I'll make sure to list all the items on my desk in my description below. So the most important thing for me was to have a standing desk. So my desk here is actually from IKEA. You can adjust it to whatever height you need, and it's just been amazing, especially for my back. I have back problems when I sit for too long, and so it's just nice to change it up where I stand sometimes, then I sit for a bit, then I stand again. And I also have like a mat that I stand on whenever I do use it standing. And as far as sitting, I don't actually use a proper office seat. I use my drum throne, which sounds kind of weird, but the thing is I actually do teach in my office too. So if you look, well, over here on this side, I actually have my electronic drum set. So I just use my drum throne. The reason why I use it is because it's nice and flat. And I heard it's actually better for your back to use a flatter chair. So my drum throne is just perfectly flat. I can adjust the height if I need to. And because it doesn't have a back, I force myself to sit properly, like with better posture. I'm not slouching, I'm not leaning back and forth because I don't have a back. So it's been a really good office chair. It sounds weird, but it feels really comfortable for me to sit on my drum throne. And also it just makes me feel like I'm in my happy place. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually one of my favorite features is my monitor stand. So I have my Samsung monitor, which is nice and big, and it's just big enough for all the things I do, like, you know, working with different browsers and different documents. Sometimes I have like multiple things I need open, so it's just nice and big enough for my needs, and I can edit, and it's just nice and big. And it stands on an IKEA monitor stand, and I love this monitor stand. So it has a drawer, and this is where I keep my pens. I have my hard drives here, my headphones, some extra cables, some camera stuff, and this sounds weird, but I do keep lip balm and earrings here, so whenever I have to do like a Zoom meeting or something, I just want to look a little put together, I just pop on some earrings and lip balm. Okay, so couple months ago, I made a YouTube video and I didn't realize my lips just look so chapped. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have some chapstick here. And also when I have meetings, at least it helps me look put together. So I have all that, and it fits nice and neat inside the drawer. The other nice thing about this monitor stand is that there's space underneath, where I actually like to keep my notebook underneath and some notes. And then if I really need to use my whole desk, I can hide my keyboard and my mouse underneath, and then I have all this space, which is really nice. I also have this nice stand for my laptop. My laptop's just a MacBook. It's just nice and sturdy. And the cool thing about it is that there's this space underneath where I could hide all my hard drives, and it's just out of sight. So I can have like 2 or 3 hard drives underneath, and you can't see it from the angle. But it also has this hole where all the wires can go through, so you can have all your wires nice and neat. And the other important thing that my desk has is an adapter, which powers up my whole system basically. So that you see this one plug here powers my entire setup. And this adapter basically has, as you can see, it has my Ethernet there, I have an extra USB in there, I have the monitor plugged in, and it's just neatly hidden underneath. And all I have to do is just plug this one thing in, and it gives me internet, gives me my monitor, and there's other things plugged in there that I need. The only thing that's kind of annoying is just the angle that I had set it up. I could have set up the wires to point outside, but then that would have been more clutter. So I have it pointing inwards, and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to plug stuff in. So I just have to take it off, take my laptop off, and I can plug stuff in. But it keeps everything nice and neat, because one of the things that always drove me nuts when I see other people's desk setup is having wires everywhere. So as you can see, my desk just does not have a lot of wire clutter. I made sure all my wires are bundled together, they're tied up, nailed to the wall. My desk actually has like a net underneath that holds all the extra wires. Everything is neatly bundled together so that I don't have a bunch of wires just like spread everywhere. So that was really important for me to keep my desk clutter free. The other thing is, you'll notice I don't have a lot of decor around my desk other than my crystals. Supposedly these crystals are good for like focusing, so I put it there. Whatever you want to believe in, it works for me, but I like having my crystals there. But other than that, that's all I have. I've really been loving my desk setup because I can focus, I'm not distracted by anything, and my workflow has been nice and smooth, and I just know what I need to do, and every time I sit down here, I have an intention. If you have any questions at all about my setup and the items on my desk, just leave a comment below, and again, I will list all the items in my description below. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good week. Bye-bye.